going to start pretty simple, and I'm just going to give an open-ended question of share your story with me and your journey that you've had at the Up Foundation.
I came to the Up Foundation in February. That's when the Women's House opened, one of the first ones there. And I had I came into recovery on my clean day, September 1st, 2023. And I always knew I wanted to come to Up, but they didn't have a Women's House open yet. They hadn't started it yet. So when I heard of the opportunity to come to Up, I jumped on it immediately. Um, my mom was working here at the time, and I knew how amazing it was. They help in more ways than just somewhere to stay or somewhere. Really is a community that helps in every aspect of your life. I had lost my daughter pretty right before I had decided to my journey into recovery. I had lost my daughter, and through the program and through getting, into recovery and sustaining that recovery, I was able to regain custody back of her. I have full custody now, and that's all. I can't give thanks to myself for that. It's only thanks to the God of my understanding and the people that have helped me along the way. Dr. Stewart, his wife Janet, the amazing people at Up, and the community that I've built for myself, not just women but men too. They've really helped me more than anybody in my whole life, than my own family. They are my family now. So yeah.
So tell me, when you first came to Up, what were you feeling, if you can go back and kind of put yourself in the shoes 2 years ago when you first came into this program?
I think more than anything, I was feeling scared. Not so much of what would happen, but what couldn't happen. I thought that I couldn't achieve the things I've achieved today. I think that I was worried I wouldn't get my daughter back. I wouldn't be able to sustain a period of abstinence or recovery at all. I didn't think, I was pretty unhinged. I had an anger problem. My way of thinking was not, I don't want to say normal, but it was pretty erratic. And I didn't think that I thought I was a lost cause in a sense. Grew up in a family full of addiction. It was normal, quote unquote, normal to me. It's what I'd seen every day since I was young. And so believing that there was a way of life besides that didn't seem attainable.
And so tell me, when you came here, you mentioned that these people are now your family, the people that work here at Up. So talk to me about what it was like to step through these doors and have such a strong support system and people to lean on and just help you through that recovery process. Talk to me about that.
I didn't believe it at first. I thought it was too good to be true, as a lot of other people do too, but I thought there had to have been some ulterior motive. Like, my whole life, it was always take, and never anybody giving. And so I thought that it was just another person that was gonna break my trust, but they gave me every reason to not believe that, like, they showed me truly that there's people out there who are willing to help you without getting anything in return. And I think that's like the most amazing thing, because like I said, my whole life it was always the give and take, and what can I get out of this situation if I was to help this person? And it's the complete opposite. Like, they really truly want to see you achieve your goals and become a better person.
What's one of your biggest takeaways during your journey at Up Foundation?
I think the biggest takeaway is, like, anybody can do it. I'm young, I'm a person in recovery, I got my daughter back, and I think it showed me, like, I was really nervous coming in because I was one of the younger people in the program, and I thought that people were going to not judge me but have some kind of opinion on that, and it just showed me that it is possible for people that are younger to do it, and that there is a need for that. There's a need for younger people now coming up to see that there's people like me that can do it, and it's not the way of life they want to live. It's just going to lead to death or jail or anything. It's not the life you want to live. Yeah.
How old were you when you came to Up, if you don't mind?
I was 21.
Okay. And you're now?
I just turned 24.
Okay. And to see where you are now versus when you came to Up, I mean, you have your beautiful daughter that I just met. I mean, just to put that into perspective for me, when you look back and then you see the person you are now, I mean, what emotions do you feel? I can't even imagine what that's like.
Yeah, I feel just grateful. I mean, that's the best thing I can say. I just feel grateful. It's almost unbelievable, the progress. I'm proud of myself, but like I said, I can't give all the thanks to myself because I didn't do it by myself. I'm just thankful and grateful for every day I wake up and I live a life and I choose different. It's if I was the person if you asked me if I could have achieved this, 2 years ago, I would have told you no. But every day you wake up and you make a decision, or I wake up and I make a decision, and I keep pushing no matter what, and it's amazing what you can get out of it. So.
And when you would come here to the Up Foundation, can you kind of give us a glimpse into what that help and what that support looked like for you?
Well, I started coming at first for counseling, and it's a joke I made with my counselor at the time, but I had fired all my counselors before. I'd seen a bunch and I fired all of them because I really didn't want to talk about my problems. But I think when I came here, I was a lot more willing to know I wanted to do something different and I needed something different. So that's the first time I came with a counselor. I met my counselor, and she really truly showed me, like, people hear me, they see me. And then I met Doc, and honestly, he's the most amazing man I've ever met. I went to him. I go to him for more than just recovery. I went to him when I had got in a relationship and I asked for relationship advice. He truly is like an uncle in a sense, because he's not just here to help with recovery, he's here to walk you through life in every aspect. And his wife too, Janet, she's amazing and helped me build a budget because I'm not that great with money, still not that great with money. So there's more to it than just helping with recovery. They really want to see you succeed in every aspect of your life. And I think what they do here is more than just recovery. It's actually helping people rebuild their life.
And tell me, if you had one message, a summary to share about what this organization has meant to you in your life, for the people and the viewers in the community that's going to see this, what would you say?
I think after you take that first step, like, anything is possible. And I think that the Up Foundation is, like I said, more than just here to help you in your recovery. Like, they can help you with, as far as you want to dream, they'll help you with any of it. I got my PRS certification through Doc, and he's truly helped me, like, with jobs and starting my career in the same field. I think the message I would give is, like, for me, I'm really passionate about the younger generation, and I don't want them to come up the same way that I did. And I think that for me, there's some kind of stigma for younger people that want to go into recovery. I don't know if it's scared. I was scared, or it's embarrassment or judgment. And like I said, it's not just for younger people, it's for any age. But for me, I'm really passionate about the younger generation, and I think if you take that first step, you'll see how amazing it is. Just living a life that's not ruled by mind-altering substances.
And you mentioned that today is your 2-year mark.
Yes, ma'am.
Being sober. What does that mean to you?
I think it means the world to me. Like, I never thought, like I had said earlier, I never thought that this was attainable. In my wildest dreams, I thought that I would use for the rest of my life, because it was familiar to me. And I thought that was the easiest way to do stuff, and it's not. It wasn't helping anything. It was overcomplicating everything in my life. And I think that I'm just so filled with gratitude today. Gratitude for even the smallest things, because there was a time where I couldn't go 5 minutes without using. So I think that any day sober and in recovery is a success in itself, but those days add up, and when you get to a point in your recovery where you can start having years, and it's just amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
And to know that on this 2-year mark, you're going to get to go out of this door and be with your daughter.
Yeah.
What is that? Can you just share what that means to you, knowing where you are today versus when you came into this program?
When I came into the program, my daughter wasn't even calling me mom at the time. she was still calling me Brianna. And so I think that, sorry, I'm getting a little emotional with the questions. It's amazing because there was a time where I had to share my location with my sister. I had to, sorry, give me a second. I had to share my location with my sister. I had to tell everybody, I had to regain the trust back, and I had to do all the things just to see my daughter, and to know that I have her and I'm doing a good job at it and I mean, it's just amazing. I'm gonna leave here and we're gonna go to the park and we're gonna play, and she doesn't realize what today is for me, but I do. And so it's beautiful that I get to spend it with her, you know?
Is there anything else that you want to share about your journey and how the Up Foundation has helped your life?
I think what I would like to share is I used my upbringing as an excuse for so long. And I just want other people to know that it doesn't matter where you came from, it matters where you're going. And there's people here in the community that are willing to help. They're here every day. They're willing to help you. All you have to do is walk through the door.